Anthropic just dropped Claude Opus 4.5, and apparently it is already outperforming Gemini 3 Pro and GPT 5.1. So of course I had to test them side by side. So first test, create a fully designed front-end website that explains everything about Claude Opus 4.5 and then Gemini, and then we'll add also GPT, include interactive effects. So on the left-hand side we have Claude, on the right-hand side we have Gemini. Let's run them side by side. Okay, so Gemini was done first, so let's see that. Here is the website explaining Gemini 3 Pro frontend. Okay, okay, it understood that it should be on chat LM Teams, nonetheless. Okay, this looks relatively good, fine. Let's see Claude. Okay, so actually explaining the next evolution in AI intelligence, try 200k tokens, large language model, nice, powerful features. This one looks better than Gemini Pro. This is just a simple test, but nonetheless, it looks better, more comprehensive and more details. And since I'm using that in ChatLM by Abacus AI, I will try also GPT 5.1. Okay, let's choose GPT 5.1 and the same prompt. Okay, understand more. Pretty good description here. Live reasoning to white matters, what GPT-5 is optimized for. Very good and comprehensive description. Everything is here. So yeah, there is a lot of data here, but I would say that actually Claude is the best here. The design of the website looks the best. It contains a lot of the information. Then on the second part is the Gemini 3 Pro. Very light website with little amount of data and information. And then, I don't know, probably GPT 5.1 and Gemini 3 are sharing the second or the third place here. So now let's try with a complicated prompt of hyperfidelity voxel simulation of Giza Plateau at the height of the Old Kingdom. Claude, Gemini, GPT. Okay, so we received something from all three models. I will copy the HTML code and paste it into a notepad file, which I will call separately with each model name .html. And this is what we received. So let's try. This is Claude. So looks nice. Let's try toggling some controls. Cycle time of the day works. Pretty good. T toggle hour mode. Oh, nice. Look at that. And then with the mouse, we can go around. Oh my God, look at that. This is great. We can zoom in, we can zoom out. Again, cycle of the day. This is amazing. And you can go here inside everything. Pretty good. Claude, great. Then let's try Gemini. Okay, much faster, but it doesn't have a lot of detail. Let's see. We can zoom, we can pan. Here is Giza Plateau. It works very fast. Orbit, zoom, pan. Nice. Oh yeah. Great job also from Gemini 3. And then GPT. Okay, I don't know what we received. We actually received here infographic and not what I asked for. I mean, it looks good, but it's a kind of a preview and a poster of what should be a Giza Plateau. So yeah, obviously here the winner is Claude Opus. Yeah, then Gemini 3 Pro and then GPT 5.1. So now let's try something different. So for example, you are a world-class visual explainer and technical designer. Your task is to turn this content into a visual infographic using Mermaid .js and another code-based diagram format. So Claude Opus, Gemini 3 Pro, GPT 5.1. And we are done. Claude showed everything here as a preview, and for the Gemini and GPT, I will need to copy this in the Mermaid previewer. But let's see how it looks here. How large language models work. Linear projection, softmax, probabilities, token selection, aggressive loop. This looks pretty good, this infographic. Yes, very nice. Transformer architecture, self-attention, what relates to what, fast feed networks. Pretty good. And here you see the Mermaid code. Everything is there. Nice. Okay, so let's copy the code from Gemini and put it here. So mermaid.live. Here is what we received. Let's use full screen. Phase 1 pre-training. Okay, looks good. Phase 2, the transformer. Phase 4, user interaction, generate a response. This flowchart also looks good. Now let's copy the code generated from GPT. So obviously we received some syntax error. So yeah, not good from GPT part here. I would say Claude and Gemini here are the winners. Now let's try to create an HTML of interactive San Francisco cable car experience. Claude Opus, Gemini 3 Pro, and GPT 5.1. Okay, and this is what we received. So this is Claude. Let's see. So arrow up. Yeah, it goes. Nice. This one works pretty good. You see, everything works, all of the things. Yeah, very nice. This is Claude. So this is Gemini. What is happening here? Okay, not very good. Buttons are working, but nothing is happening, so not very good. And then GPT. So we have the background here moving and telemetry also, but let's see if we move. Nothing is happening. Something is happening. Okay, it goes somewhere. Yeah, this also okay. This kind of works. Okay, and also the speed looks nice, pretty good. But I would say for sure here the Claude is once again the winner. Gemini is for sure here the last one. And then GPT performs also pretty good on this example. Now let's try to create a clone of Photoshop with all the basics tools, brushes, layers, edit history, filters, everything. Okay, and here is everything. This is Claude. This really looks impressive. Look at all of those functionalities. So let's see. Brush works, pencil works, size also works, nice, rectangle, pretty good. Let's try to create new. Works. Let's try to also open an image. Here I have this funny image from yesterday's video. Everything is here. Look at that. Here is me. There is Sam Altman. This is CEO of Google. Everyone, let's see. Filters, grayscale works. Invert works. Sepia, also brighten. Oh my God, everything works and so many functionalities here. We can also flip the image, vertical, rotate. Everything works great here in Claude. Let's see Gemini. Also looks pretty good. We have all of those. Let's try brush tool. Works. Let's try eraser. Yes. Also paint bucket. New. Create. That works. Choosing colors. Let's try to import image. Seems like we cannot do that. Nonetheless, here we also have filters. Invert. Yes, works gray. Okay, everything is here, but unfortunately we cannot import image, but this is easily fixable. And then let's see GPT 5.1. Okay, so brush is here, it works, eraser, also line here, we can export PNG size, but we don't have also all those things that we have in Claude. Yes, so Claude is the winner here, then we have Gemini, and then we have GPT once again. So we also need to try a visual simulation of beehive construction showing hexagonal cells forming, worker, bee pets, and honey storage, include sliders and everything. Okay, so here it is. Let's see Claude. Okay, they are working on the cell here. We have one cell build, honey units, active bees. Let's speed this up. Colony size, increase colony size. Okay, they are working still. Resource availability, more resources, a lot of resources. Pretty good. Cells build, yes, they're building slowly. 3, let's wait for the 4. Active bees 50. Seems like they stopped at 3 and nothing is happening anymore. Okay, so here is Gemini. Let's reset the hive. Everything is there. They're building colony size, resource availability, simulation speed. That was missing in Claude. Yeah, this one works better. Look how good they're building everything here. Pretty good job from Gemini 3 Pro. And then we have GPT 5.1. Okay, they are building colony size. Let's increase that. Large, resourceability more, abundant. Okay, so they filled 6 cells and nothing is happening anymore for some reason. Let's reset. They start building, they build a 6 and then they stop. Okay, so I would say here the clear winner is Gemini 3 Pro, and then Claude and GPT 5.1 shares the second place. So let's also try to build an insanely detailed New York City skyline SVG single HTML max creativity. Okay, so here is Claude. Let's see what we got here. So iconic buildings, One World Trade Center, Empire State Building, everything is there. This is important atmospheric details. So gradient night sky transitioning from deep blue to purple. Let's see if this is happening. Yeah, it's happening slowly, but it is. Then twinkling animated stars scattered across the sky. You see that the stars are changing colors, and you see these red marks on the buildings. This looks pretty good. Animated beacon lights, this is that. Glowing full moon with crater details. Also looks pretty nice. And craters. Yes, pretty good when you look at all of the details, and also the lightning on the buildings. You can notice that those are changing. Then we have Gemini 3. So also dynamic elements, flickering windows. Yes, windows are flickering slightly. Water reflection, which is nice. Deep night sky gradient with twinkling stars. Yes, stars are changing. Yeah, pretty good. I like this one also. And then GPT. Let's see what we have here. Multiple depth layers, far background silhouettes. Okay. Detail Hudson River. Fine. Radial sunset glow behind the skyline. Okay, this is this here. I think it is changing something. Dozens of stars plus a few bright cross-shaped ones using star symbol. Are they changing? I think they are not. Okay, looks good. I would say here once again Claude is winner by a slight mark, because look at how good those red marks and everything is changing. Looks pretty good. Then also very good Gemini, the stars and the moon and reflections and everything. And then once again, last is GPT 5.1. Okay, so let's see if this will work. So create a replica of Counter-Strike first-person shooter game. Okay, and here is the game. This is Claude. So we can move. Yes, we can also shoot. Yeah, they have a small, I also have a score. Okay, not very playable, but they here they are. We can shoot, reload, and yeah, this is it. I mean, kind of works. Can I kill him? Okay, I'm done. This is Gemini, so let's try this one out. Okay, moving. Okay, this one looks pretty good. Yeah, look at the shooting. Yeah, this is much better, I would say. And you can move. This looks like Wolfenstein 3D. Yeah, and then this is GPT 5.1. Let's see what is happening here. Arm up and deploy. Nice. I also like this perspective. This is more like a tactical range. Look at how it works. Yeah, it's good. So I would say Gemini is actually the best one, and then perhaps GPT the second one, and then Claude is also okay. Now for something different, so creating a dashboard website that aggregates every coin that has a buybacks in crypto and visualization. Okay, and here is Claude. Remember, this is all on the demo data. So total coins tracked, combined market cap, nice visualizations, that works. Yes, also this buyback rate by token, pretty good. Top performers. Everything is here, and of course this is illustrative data. This works and looks nice. Okay, here is Gemini. Looks pretty good. Works. Of course, demo data, sector distribution, buyback asset, rollbit, everything. Search here. Leo, yes, works. And then we have GPT 5.1. This is more simple version. Okay, yes, buyback market cap. Pretty rudimental. Yeah, I would say Claude and Gemini has a tie in this one. Pretty similar. Let's also try to do some research and presentation. So act as a strategy consultant creating a web-based presentation. Your goal is to communicate strategic recommendation clearly, no fluff, make it real like something made in McKinsey using sterile or beautiful AI. So here are the final decks. So this was the topic: GPU cost and advanced AI models. Let's swipe. Looking pretty good. Everything is here. Looks well researched. GPU expenditure has grown 340% year over year. Nice. Also, we have some nice graphs. Model selection is the highest leverage cost direction. Llama, Claude, Haiku. Pretty good data. I cannot now see if everything is correct, but this looks really well researched. Yeah. Okay, let's look at Gemini. Optimizing AI infrastructure and balancing GPU cost and model performance. Nice. I like how does that look like. Very fast and very good. The data also, the symbols and images here. Nice. And then GPT. So let's see. This looks kind of futuristic. Nice. Everything is here. Looks kind of like a McKinsey or business-like presentation. Pretty good. I really don't know which one should be the best here. From the perspective of visualization, I think GPT is the best. Then this one on Gemini works also great. I think it's a tie from all three perspectives here. So I would say overall the Claude Opus is on first place. Then on the second place is Gemini 3 Pro, and then GPT 5.1 is on the third place. And I'm really happy that I can do all of that in one simple tool like ChatLM by Abacus AI, where additionally I can generate images using, for example, Nano Banana Pro, or any other models. I can also do PowerPoints, deep research. I can use Humanize for article generations. I can use video generations. So for example, on Hilo, Van 2.5, Kling, everything is in this very great platform and tool, and you can try everything for $10. So basically I did many different examples here using many different tools, and I still have many credits. So pretty great tool. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. Bye bye.